What up? What up? What up? I want to start off a little different tonight. Christ is King. Christ is King, y'all. I want to let y'all know that. Don't forget that. Welcome in and walk it off. I'm your host, Paul Jarrett. And it's a lot better tonight because I got the keyboard to work. I'm using my phone. So we can actually do comments and chat tonight. Sorry about that Tuesday night. I'm aggravated as you are with it. But we're going to have call-ins later tonight. But like I said Tuesday night, if nothing happened, we'd have a full call-in show. No news broke. If no new stuff happened, we just have a full call-in show, hang out, talk a little bit, and have some fun. Of course, in Baton Rouge, it cannot just be a couple easy days. Can't happen. Can't happen. Won't happen. Won't win with it. Can't win with it. Can't have easy days in Baton Rouge. It has been it's been a interesting couple of days since I last spoke to you on Tuesday. We're going to talk about what's going on with all the players getting TROs and an NFL. Basically, I never thought I'd see a Seahawks running back entering the transfer portal. We're going to get to that a little bit. Before we get into that, we're going to hit some highlights. We're going to talk about some good things. We're going to start tonight off on a positive note. Got a couple positive stories to get out there. But before we do that, please do me a favor. If you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you're watching on X, please do me a favor. Like the page, follow the page, like the post, retweet the post. Get everybody in here. Get them ready for tonight's show. Pick to Click's coming up. We are scary short amount of days from Pick to Click happening. I think today I decided on Wednesdays I'm going to post the Pick to Click videos, and you'll have until Friday at like 10 p.m. to enter or something like that. Maybe Saturday. We'll see. But we're really, really close. So please do me a favor. Just hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the follow button, hit the subscribe button. Hit all the buttons for me. It costs you nothing. I'm not going to get your email. I'm not going to send you nothing. I'm not going to ask you for money. It costs you nothing. Just do me that favor, will you please? So first thing I want to hit tonight is a story about a Miss, I believe her name is Riley Kiper. I saw this the other day. I want to make sure we talked about it tonight. Miss Riley Kiper, LSU soccer player who got diagnosed with cancer, has rung her bell. She has ended her chemo treatment. Congratulations to Riley. God is good. I'm hoping her for a great recovery. Chemo just wears your body out, man. Chemo wears your body out. And I'm hoping she has a speedy recovery and she gets back on the soccer field. Hope she does. All my prayers, all my blessings go to her. She deserves it. She's a strong young woman. Strong young woman to be able to deal with that. I remember seeing the video a while back when she learned about her diagnosis and how surprising it was. And man, it's devastating. I look at, it's funny. I remember being younger, like some of you maybe are in the chat or maybe watching this video, and thinking about the college kids being closer to my age. But now I've gotten to the point where it's funny. I was watching LSU play Southeastern this year, and I saw a pitcher get on the mound, and I recognized his last name. I said, hold on, wait a minute. And did a little bit of social media look up, and I was like, oh, I went to school with his parents. So I'm old enough now. I look at him, and with having kids, I see him. I go, man, that was my kid. That'd be devastating. But God is good. Congratulations to Miss Riley Kiper. I hope you have a great, speedy recovery, and all the blessings come to you. You end up back on the soccer field. After that, let's see. Hold on one second. Kaylee, one of my favorite nieces, from the favorite nieces of all of you. Love you, sweetheart. Love you. Robbie, my guy. What's up, my guy? You're about to talk about what you want to talk about, buddy. I promise. Mr. Jared, Coyote Operator. What's up, my guy? She kicked cancer's behind, straight belt to booty, and she did. She did. Hurt my finger lifting up to hit the subscribe button. You should have been subscribed. I'm disappointed you're not subscribed already, Robbie. Babin, what's up, my guy? What's up? Now, there's some news that I'm really, really actually very surprised to give you guys. You've all already seen it, but I want to talk about it. Cade Anderson has been called up to the Seattle Mariners. He will have his first major league start this Saturday for the Seattle Mariners. Robbie, look, this guy right here, that guy right there, he called it. Robbie said he'd be up this year. I'll be honest with you. I did not think so. I thought the Mariners would be a better team than they are. Full stop. I thought they'd be a better team. 2, this is fast. Like, I don't think people understand how fast this is to be caught up to the bigs. This is fast. Now, granted, Cade has been dominant in Double-A. He's been dominant. But at the same time, I'm like, man, it hasn't even been a full year in minor leagues yet. He's not going to get caught up this year. Maybe he gets caught up after a month into the season next season. No, I was dead wrong. My buddy Robbie was right. He is in the league. I'm speechless. This is Robbie. Do me a favor. How fast did Skeens get called up? I'm pretty sure Cade beat Skeens in getting called up. Maybe not. I may be getting a little ahead of myself, but I don't know. Mr. David Belliot from Go Deep Dive. Y'all go check them out on Kick, Twitch, hopefully YouTube again, X. They have me scared with my YouTube channel. I'll be honest with you. Seeing all this stuff going on with them, it sucks. But at least there's other avenues, right? It's other avenues. What's up, guys? Running behind for football practice with my kiddo. Never apologize for that. Always spend time with the kids, man. Always spend time with the kids. Robbie, I'm ready for Cade and Alex Saturday night, man. Woo. I believe Skeens was early in the season. Yeah, I'm starting to rethink that. I think he got called up in like June, but he didn't spend much time. But still, that's Dave and Robbie and Bab and everybody can tell you this is ridiculously fast. Let's talk about how good Cade was in his Double-A work. So, of course, the Mariners, I'm going to let this be out. They're 60-68. So, out of 128 games, they're 8 games under 500 or 4 games underneath 500. And they're not playing well. And when you have a guy like Cade Anderson in Double-A who gave up, get this, he gave up nearly half of the runs he has given up in total this year. In one game. Against Northwest Arkansas, who I can't tell you their name, their team mascot because it's minor league baseball, he gave up 5 over 4 innings. Like, guys, I want, we really need to dive into this just a little bit. This year, how many runs has he given up this year? Let me just double check. Runs allowed, 11. 11. Cade Anderson has had 18 starts. He's given up 11 runs. He has a 1.06 ERA, and the only reason he has a ERA over 1 is that one game. Other than that, he has a 0.60 ERA in Double-A. And yeah, everybody's going to say, oh, it's the minor leagues, it's this, it's that. Double-A is where you have your prospects. Double-A is where you have your guys. That's where the bulk of the organization's talent is sitting in. This is ridiculous. He's thrown 93 innings. 93 innings. He has, let me just see real quick. 135 strikeouts. So about 1.5 strikeouts an inning. Right there. He's giving up less than 5 hits every 9 innings. When you have a guy like that playing in Double-A, you got to find a way to get him up. I still think it's a little early. And Jerry, you're right. He has 1.3 walks per 9. Speechless. 13 strikeouts a game, 1 walk a game. Give me a break. That's it's going to be shocking. He wasn't that good at LSU. Not that good. He wasn't that good. Like I remember the Southeastern game his freshman year. I remember his freshman year, that Southeastern game. It was phenomenal. And his freshman year, yeah, it took some lumps. Yeah, everyone does. That's fine. But I'm not bagging on Cade. He's been otherworldly since he got to the league, to professional baseball. He's been otherworldly. Otherworldly, my guy. I'm so happy for him, man. Another great Tiger getting to professional baseball. I'm going to have to update that thumbnail. I'm going to have to update something. This is preposterous, man. Preposterous. Babin, like Jay said, if you don't want to come pitch at LSU, you're out to lunch. I'm making that shirt. I'm making it. I'm going to get cease and desisted from LSU and Jaden Daniels, but I'm making that shirt. Yeah, it's a pretty fast call-up. I remember back in the day, the Braves drafted a relief pitcher named Joey Devine. I remember Joey Devine. He was called up to the major before September, which was crazy. I believe the lockout playing into it because there may not be a season next year and want to get his feet wet. I personally don't think there will be a season next year. I'm still on the fence if there's going to be a World Series champion this year. But I think he's just too good, Robbie, honestly. Like I'm going a full 180. I think he's just too good. I think he's done too well in Double-A. They can't keep him down anymore. Because if there's no season next year, getting his feet wet won't matter because it'll be a year before he touches the rubber again in the Major League ballpark. Ridiculous. Whenever you get home, you need to call us. Y'all need to come see me and your nephews. I miss you and love you too, sweetheart. All right. So we hit the high notes. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to hit the low notes. I'm in a good mood right now. That's about to change. We got to talk about what's going on in the destruction of college football. Destruction of college football. We got to talk about it. And then we'll get into your phone calls. So take a quick break and come back. We'll get into that. Stay with us.
John 16:33, Jesus says, I've told you all this so that you may have peace in me. Here on earth you will have many trials and sorrows, but take heart because I've overcome the world. Like that truth that Jesus won is so powerful, so significant in our lives if we fully trust and fully surrender to that promise. Like no matter what we're going to face, no matter what stress, no matter what challenges, no matter what anxiety, like Jesus promises peace, and he reminds us that all of the sin, the fear, the doubt, the shame, like he overcame it all. He paid the price for your sin and mine when he went to that cross. He died a death that we deserve. He went into the grave. He didn't stay there. 3 days later, he rose from the grave, and the promise is true that he's coming back someday. So the power and the significance of that verse is now in a 2-word phrase that's on a t-shirt, on a hat, on a hoodie, and simply said, Jesus.
Even in the valley of the shadow of death, I can take rest, cause the living God is living in my chest. Every day I wake up feeling blessed, and even if I don't, I see it as a test.
Join me and your favorite players by expressing your faith and assisting local ministries. Use code WalkItOffTalk for 20% off your orders at JesusOneApparel.com. 15% of your purchase will support local ministries like the LFSU FCA. That is code WalkItOffTalk for 20% off. Jesus One. In South Louisiana, there's nothing we love more than God, family, sports, and food. For your next get-together, make sure you contact Lemise Sourdough Bakery. Whether you're gathering with friends and family for the big game or surrounding yourself with loved ones for a Sunday dinner, let Lemise Sourdough Bakery provide what you need to make it that much more special. Lemise Sourdough Bakery is a small batch, all organic bakery right here in the heart of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Go take a look at what's being mixed up in the kitchen next, as well as place your orders on Instagram at Lemise Sourdough Bakery. Don't forget to pick up your regular sourdough loaves,
your jalapeno cheddar loaves, cookies for those late night snacks, and cinnamon rolls for those early morning cravings. L'Ami Sourdough Bakery, where the first ingredients in anything made is love. L'Ami Sourdough Bakery.
Is Chris Phillips an idiot or what? I just went and checked X real quick just to kind of look at something. The biggest bandwagon glazer, mouth breathing moron on the internet. Some of y'all still follow him. I don't understand it. I'm never going to tell you who to follow, who not to follow, or who you lend your ear to. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do that. I'm not that person. There's enough. This isn't a famine economy. There's enough to go around. We all love the same team. We should have fun. But that dude's just an idiot. It's not even because he's not an LSU fan. It's because he pretends to be when it's convenient for him. I don't know. But when is enough enough? When is it going to finally be college football? I think college sports as a whole, or college football for sure, maybe even college basketball, I got burps now, is gone. You no longer have collegiate athletics, ladies and gentlemen. No longer. Today, the Seattle Seahawks running back entered the transfer portal. How? Where is he transferring to? There is no minor league. You can't call up Kate Anderson to the Seattle Seahawks. What is going on? When is enough enough? I get it. It's helping LSU, I bet. Fine. Dem's the rules. It's what John Eads said. What are the rules? And no, I'm not upset that's going to help LSU. Not whatsoever. But when is enough enough? Collegiate athletics are gone. Absolutely. Kiss that baby goodbye. Collegiate athletics are done. And I think the final nail in the coffin for collegiate athletics was driven in by an LSU court. An LSU court has granted TROs to, I'm going to pull up the right numbers so I'm not giving y'all bad information. Oh, I mean, how many players are there? It's too many players. One's too many. Dozens of players across the country have filed similar suits on the heels of the NCAA's decision not to make an exception for seniors who completed their career this past spring after playing in just 4 seasons. They are ineligible under the old rule, but they are eligible under the new rule if the association had made an exception. This is coming from the Yahoo Sports article that we all saw yesterday and earlier today. And you have players like Xavier Harris, Daquan Wright, Jack Pyburn, and more to come. There's dozens. I didn't even try to go write down all of the names, and because y'all are saying, Carl Dunn in the chat, my guy right here says 15. My buddy Jared says 16 guys. There's more. There's more. The article just said dozens. I'm not saying y'all are wrong. I'm sure y'all have really, really good information. There's more. One's too many. And I'll be honest, when basketball was going to get people from Europe and they were going to get guys to come in and play basketball, which I think we finally have 5, I was like, who cares? I don't care about basketball. I'll be completely honest with you. I'm going to watch Will Wade because it's going to be fun. I don't care. I care about football and baseball. Whenever I hit high school and I went to basketball tryouts and I did this, I was done with basketball. I was done. When the game turned into this soft, flailing NBA, I stopped watching. So I didn't care about basketball. Baseball has always kind of had this sport to it because of the MLB draft. You can turn down your draft selection and go play another year of college baseball, or still go to college out of high school if you don't like the number you got, i.e. Logan Schmidt, friend of the program, by the way, is like one of the top 50 freshman pitchers in the NCAA or in the SEC or something like that. Cooper Sides, friend of the program. Congratulations. Braxton Beatty, they sleeping on you? I'm not. But, and Lane has been talking about this subtly in his press conferences. He's been giving us what we needed to hear. He is going to give us all the information that they're looking at every possible outcome and gonna, take advantage of every single opportunity they have. People were looking at like not Dwight Gooden. What's wrong with me? You know what I'm talking about. Him coming back. No one brought up Jack Pyburn. Jack Pyburn just had 2 sacks in a preseason NFL game. He's still on the roster. I'm pretty sure it was Harris who got cut by the Saints. Whatever. Apparently he's out of shape. He's not practicing. So what? Don't care. And Daquan Wright is still on the Browns roster. How are the NFL teams going to handle this? Picture that conversation, right? Okay. All right. Picture this conversation. Picture your, I don't know. Give me somebody. Sage Ryan. It's a terrible example, but let's go with it. Sage Ryan. He goes to Brian Kelly in the athletic office. He goes, Coach, I want to transfer. I'm entering the transfer portal. Now, knowing probably Brian Kelly as well as I do, which is not very well, he probably went, no, Sage, no, Sage, don't leave me, no. You were a 5-star. That's already an awkward enough conversation. Going to tell your college coach you're entering the transfer portal. Like the 2 people I've talked to on this show that have entered the transfer portal were Seth Dardar and Eddie Yaman. And they both were like Seth Dardar was told, hey, if you're not going to finish your college career here, I understand. Go try to play somewhere else. Don't give up on the game. And Eddie Yaman, was playing at a lower level, and he said, hey, the team didn't have a problem with it. Now flip that. Be Daquan Wright and go walk into the Cleveland Browns front office and tell the head coach, hey, coach, I'm entering the transfer portal. Dude, what? What? How? We drafted you, right? We drafted you. We have your rights. The last time I've ever heard of something like this happening, where you were drafted out of college and then decided not to go to the NFL and then enter the draft the next year, was Bo Jackson. But Bo Jackson didn't go back to college. Bo Jackson went and played for the Kansas City Royals, and he sat out long enough to where the Tampa Bay Buccaneers would not hold his rights, and he got drafted in the 7th round or something by the Oakland Raiders. That's the last time I've heard of something like this. And I saw Drunk Blake Baker, who I love. Love you, Coach. I love him. He's like, when are coaches going to step up and say something and stop something? They're not. Why would they? You could have a guy who has been training in the NFL, getting reps in preseason games, come into your college team, take a guy like Jack Pyburn and Daquan Wright. Let's look at those 2, which if we're entering the first level of hell of college athletics, bring them. Bring in Harris as well, just so he has to eat his words he had for Lane Kiffin. And we have to have every Ole Miss fan have to read it and weep. And oh, he was just saying that because they were in his ear. Let's take Daquan Wright and Jack Pyburn. Pyburn can come back to LSU, enter the same system he was in, help out the team in position of kind of depth need, no problem. He knows the system. He knows the playbook. He played in it last year. He was one of your best defensive line run stuffers. Will he start over Prince Will? No. Will he start over Jordan Ross? Maybe. Maybe. Daquan Wright, tight end depth. Now, Trey doesn't have to sit on the end of the line. He can go out like a wire or a slot guy. You can have Daquan White on the line. Swap them up. Open up Trey Green a little bit. Guess what he knows? Charlie White's offense. It's going to be awesome if it happens, and I'm betting it happens. And I love the Ole Miss fans now. So I saw one of those stupid Ole Miss accounts today posted like, they don't want to go to LSU. Well, it's mighty apparent that LSU is involved because why else would a Louisiana judge grant the TROs? Why? Oh, he granted TROs for a bunch of players. Yeah, I get it. We're just better at masking like fraud. Honestly, we're better at masking it because Louisiana's done it for a long time. They're really good at it. So we're not going to just pay off a judge to give a quarterback another year of playing time while he's crying on the bench. Oh, he needs another year. He had a sore throat. Will you sign this for me? No, we don't have that in Louisiana. We have gangster judges who are going to go, what do you need, coach? Hey, Jeff. Okay, cool. All right. Hey, give me a list of like 30 guys that I can give a TRO to. Like, I don't care where they're from, but make sure you have the guys you want on there so that when I do this, it doesn't look so terrible. All right. It's stupid. I'm sorry. It's stupid. But as I always say, don't just come with problems, bring solutions. And none of you are going to like my solution. I'll be completely honest with you because it's not going to help football. It's not going to help baseball. I think it will. I'm about to explain that to you after I tell you my solution. Here's my solution. From now on, no matter what sport you play, whether you play football, basketball, baseball, soccer, hockey, table tennis, pickleball, I don't care. I don't care if you're a line dancer or a meat judger at Texas A&M. And for that, if you join the USDA and get a job, you can't go back to college. But if you are in any athletic sport and played at a collegiate level, if you enter the draft, not go to the draft, see where you draft to come back. No. If your name is in the draft pool whatsoever, your collegiate career is done. I don't care if you come out of high school and do it. I don't care if you come out of college and doing it. If you enter a professional league draft or a professional sport draft, you're done. No more college athletics. You are deciding to be a professional. That's simple. That's simple. It's like this in golf. I was never this great of a golfer. Probably no surprise there. I was decent. I got down to a decent handicap. But in golf, if even as a terrible golfer, I can go tomorrow and declare I'm a professional golfer. I can declare I'm a professional golfer. From then on, I can't compete in amateur tournaments, even if I turn in my pro card. You can never compete in amateur tournaments again. My buddy has a brother-in-law who could have legitimately had a pro card. He probably would have played on like the Korn Ferry Tour, which is like a lower level tour in the PGA or whatever. And had some fun. But he said, if I go do that, I can't play in amateur tournaments anymore because I can't accept money as an amateur. So let's bring that rule into collegiate athletics. Whether you come out of high school and go to a draft, or whether you come out of college and go to a draft, you can no longer play in college athletics. We need to preserve collegiate athletics. Period. Here's a quick question for everybody in the chat. Tell me in the chat, what do you prefer? College athletics or college football or the NFL? What do you prefer? College baseball or Major League Baseball? What do you prefer? College basketball or NBA? Right? What do you prefer? College soccer or the MLS? I have no opinion. I can't tell you. I can tell you the goalie, where the goalie is. That's about it. Most people, especially in the South, prefer college athletics over professional athletics. Why? There's heart in it. There's drive. There's passion for what you're doing. We're ripping the soul out of college athletics over money. I'll say this. Skip Burtman's rolling over in his grave. I didn't know Skip. I didn't ask Skip, but I could bet he didn't like this part of college athletics and where it was going. By the way, if y'all watch that Skipper documentary on WFB at night, I hate you so much. My YouTube TV wouldn't let me watch it because I'm not in Baton Rouge and I didn't get that channel. I hope they post it on YouTube. I hope they post it on YouTube. Let's see if we go to the chat. Oh, no, here. I'll give you how I think it helps. What with LSU baseball and football? Well, LSU baseball more than football, but I'll tell you why. LSU baseball, we just went through a great MLB draft for us with getting all the top names we want, from Logan Schmidt to Dominic Santorelli to Cooper Size to Braxton Beatty, Malachi Washington. What's the other kid's name? Oh, I'm feel like a terrible person. Nathaniel Bryant. Nathaniel Davis. I'm sorry, Nathaniel Davis. You know, we got guys out of high school. And right now, what I'm telling you is, if, my rule is instituted, there would be no way we could get those guys. And you're right. There's no way. But right now, those kids have no reason not to enter the draft. No reason not to. Go tell them if you're in the draft, you can't go to LSU, period. There will be guys who still enter the draft, 100%. Like, I can tell you this. I believe Malachi Washington would have still entered the draft. I believe Colby Stringer. I believe Logan Schmidt would still enter the draft, and they would not have been able to come to LSU. I get it. But now, especially after today, go let Jay Johnson walk into a living room and say, hey, look, Paul Skeens, right? Okay, only had a year of them. Cool, I get it. Kate Anderson, Anthony Ianson, Gage Jump, Tommy White, Dylan Cruz, Paul Gervais. Need I go any further? They didn't spend much time in the minors. A guy like Logan Schmidt probably wouldn't have spent forever in the minors, but he would have spent some time in the minors. He's probably going to spend a lot less time in minor league baseball when he leaves LSU. The proof is in the pudding. So now he can walk into a living room and tell recruits, hey, do you want to go spend 3 years riding on bad buses, or do you want to fly privately with LSU to wherever we go? We'll take a bus trip to Lafayette or maybe Ole Miss because we want to have a, team bonding time. But no, we're not taking a bus to Gainesville. We're not taking a bus to Tuscaloosa. We're not taking a bus to Auburn. We're not taking a bus, to Austin, that kind of stuff. No. We're going to fly in the nice planes. We're going to stay in the nice hotels. The nice hotels that Skip kept travel money from his players. I love that story. If you haven't went and watched the Ronnie Rants episode I had with him talking about Skip, basically the whole episode, go watch it. He had some great stories about Skip, man. And if you haven't already, go check out the Jock episode. There is a part in the beginning where we lost each other in the video, but it got better. It doesn't last long. Just go give it a shot. Jock was a great guest. I feel really lucky to have Jock on the show. But anyways, give Jay that opportunity to walk into living rooms and walk into kitchens and tell these guys, you'll spend less time in the minor leagues if you come to LSU. If you enter the draft, I can't help you. You're done. I think it fixes it. Personally, I think it fixes it. Robbie, to me, if you sign professionally, you can't go back to school to play only to get your degree. It's getting out of hand. There's no rule whatsoever. They can get a judge to do whatever he wants to play. Yeah. What happens to their pick? Do they get extra picks in the following draft? I don't know. So that's a question too. Here's kind of two-part to it. One thing I haven't seen anybody talk about, but another I have, who retains their rights? And with those rights retained, do they even have NIL opportunities? Because say, for instance, Daquan Wright and the Browns say, yeah, you can go into the transfer portal and go play wherever, but we're going to retain your rights. They own your name, image, and likeness. So you can't give them an NIL deal because they own your name, image, and likeness, if I'm not mistaken. So how does that work? Sage went in there and BK wasn't there. He was going fishing. He wasn't fishing for women. He was going to open houses. Anyways, Jack's supposed to play in the next preseason game. It's preposterous. Let's see. NFL gonna have to make a rule about it. I know baseball in top few rounds, and they don't sign, you're gonna get the same pick next year's draft. Jared loves college better. My buddy Will Moore prefers college better, and my buddy Robbie prefers college ball for all. Like, am I losing my mind being upset about this? Am I out of pocket here? Don't get me wrong. Would I love to see Jack Pyburn, who looks like the modern day Brian Bosworth, running out of the tunnel for LSU? Yeah, I'd love it. I mean, if we get 3-2, because one was already cut by if you got cut by the Saints, buddy, 2 NFL guys, is that like up our transfer portal ranking? It's taken the, like, let's rip the Band-Aid off. LSU baseball and Jay Johnson spent a lot more money than they spent last year. And they got the money to spend, which is what me and guys like Jared were clamoring for all last season. I'm not going to give you an exact figure because I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to put the young man's name out. But I'll tell you this. Logan Schmidt is getting paid in the realm of 3 to 6 times more a year than the highest paid player on the roster last year. And no, the highest paid player on the roster last year was not Jake Brown. That's how much more Logan Schmidt's going to get paid for every year he's in college. If he doesn't try to throw a fit and come back and say, I need more, because they can do that. And you still have guys like, you think Bino Waters came here for a bologna sandwich? You think Cade Curling came here for a po' boy? You think Milam came back for an extra pair of cleats? Or, by the way, the team up with him and Fredo Bang for Marucci? Chef's kiss. I love it. I can't wait to go buy that gear. It's not even my style, but I'm going to buy it. Mama, stop. I can't walk my faith. Every day I wake up to some brand new hay. I love that song. Top by Dirk and Fredo Bang. I love that song. I promise you, Milam does too. But you think they came here for sunflower seed boxes? No. They got paid. They're not making as much as you think they're making. Well, most of you think they're making, because for some reason, football ends, baseball starts, and all of a sudden the guys are making $10 million a year. It's not happening. They're making money, but they're not making a lot of those players on that team. I promise you probably make more a year in salary than they're going to make for the baseball season. I get it. It's the baseball season. Don't get me wrong. I get it. But still. I love the fact that Jay got the money he got. I love it. It still irks me because it's I wanted to ask Jacques about this, and I asked Ronnie about it on the show we had. And I'm trying to get, if y'all can light up Doug Thompson for me, I would love it because I'd love to have Doug Thompson on here. He's one of my favorite, he's one of my white whale guests. So I want to get Dougie on here and talk about Skip. But I'd love to ask Doug this too. But I asked Ronnie, and I wanted to ask Jacques, but I asked Ronnie about the NIL era and how Skip would manage it. And I think that's kind of what led to the story about the meal money. The meal money. See, yeah, it was just paper. It's just paper, guys. No one needs the meal money. Track and field needs the meal money. But I was wondering how Skip would have handled NIL if he was around today and he was the head coach. I don't think guys would be getting paid as much. Now you have a name like Skip Bertman. You're the greatest college coach to ever coach baseball. You could probably get away with it a little more. Like Jay Johnson gets a Jay Johnson discount. Same way Nick Saban got the Nick Saban discount, Jay Johnson gets a Jay Johnson discount, right? Like guys want to go play for Jay. They want to come to the powerhouse. He gets a discount, but it ain't much. I worry that all this money, and I'm not saying I don't want the kids to get paid. I want the kids to get paid. 100%. Johnny Manziel, even though I can't stand A&M and he couldn't beat LSU, pointed it out. He said, look at the expansions to the stadium that the two on my back built. Look at the Adidas 2 jerseys, which, by the way, Adidas makes terrible football jerseys. The new Tennessee Smoke Grays are awful. Look at what those jerseys that you're selling in the fan shop are doing for this program, and I'm not seeing a dime. He was right. He was right. I bet a bunch of you in the chat own number 7 jerseys with no name on it or an 18 jersey. Back in the day, you used to sell 88. I had an old 88 gold Nike no stitching jersey when I was a little kid. It had like the jersey mesh still. It was a big jersey because I don't know why I got that big of a jersey. But it made me remember Abram Booty. Most of y'all in the chat would not remember Abram Booty. But yeah, the kids are getting they're getting an education. No, they're not. Definitely not anymore. Look, I thought last weekend when I went to go sign Skip's little thing at the ballpark, I drove by football ops because they had move-in day for the school and you could not get there from River Road. Terrible. Whoever managed that, fire them. That was a terrible idea. There's so many other places you could have done that. So stupid. Logistics is not LSU strong suit. Look at Contraflow. So I had to go down by football ops to come back around up Nicholson to get to our box. And when I drove by football ops, I saw a nice and pretty, I believe it was blue Corvette. I saw a big TRX Ram. I saw a Ford Raptor. I saw all these vehicles I can't afford, which I'm not complaining about. Like, I'm not complaining. And I was like, that's cool. That's awesome. Now, Piper Hutchin would have said that was paid for with tax dollars. It wasn't. But I'm happy those kids have that. But when is money going to start? It's kind of like staying out after midnight. Nothing good happens. When too much money gets injected into these athletic programs, nothing good happens. I don't know. The cat's out the bag. The NCAA has no teeth. Greg Sankey coming out today and saying he's going to push against LSU getting the kid from St. John's. Go sit down. Sankey, go sit down. Go sit in the chair. Hey, Pete Golding, get out of the chair for a minute. that Sankey's chair for right now. Go sit down. Shut up. You're not going to do anything. You can't. It's a TRO. I promise you he's going to get it. Oh, if he plays, shut up. Go sit down. You're trying to expand the playoff to 24 teams. No one should listen to you anyway. You increase conference games to 9 in the season. Go sit down and shut up. You're doing enough damage. Sit down. Ran by imbeciles and mouth breathers. It's ridiculous. By the way, I saw a post today saying that Crane and Cohn should be the commissioners for college football or college athletics. I prefer Josh Pate. I'll be completely honest with you. I prefer Josh Pate. I would prefer Nick Saban over them all, but I prefer Josh Pate in that scenario. Robbie Plaisance. I believe I know who the highest paid player was. I didn't like him. I'll tell you that. I didn't like him. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. All right. All right, you animals. Phone line is open. 225-401-3721 is the phone number. Call in, and we will talk about the stupidity going on the last couple of days in college athletics. Phone lines are open. All I ask, no profanity. That's all I ask. Or at least curb the profanity to a minimum. All right? I still like to have this be a family-friendly show. All right, let's see what else we got here that I had lined up. I don't want to talk about the school to the west. Well, to the east right now. I'm so aggravated. Like, I was going to come on here and talk tonight about Clemson moving their quarterback out to wide receiver. I don't even care anymore. Thanks, Clemson. Didn't they move a running back to wide receiver or a wide receiver to running back last year or something like that before the opening game? It's not going to be the same team you faced last year. I can promise you that. It's not going to be the same team you faced last year. As far as LSU football camp, I mean, I got about the same amount of information that most of everybody who goes to camp has. Nothing, because you're there for 10 minutes. I know we have defensive line depth issues. I know we have, and we're going to fix them. With NFL players, and don't get me wrong, I'm not agreeing with Ole Miss idiots. Because I saw that post I made earlier light up, and I was just like, ooh, that's fun. I'll touch their things again. Touch their soft spot. I'm not mad as mad about LSU doing this. I'm mad about college athletics turning to this. That's what worries me. It's aggravating that college sports is turning into this. There's an account on X. I'm pretty sure most of y'all follow him. He's a Georgia fan. They remembered they had a baseball team last year. But John tweets sports. He seems like a really good guy, but he made a post today saying, like, this isn't the college football remember. He's right. And I'm not naive. I know kids got paid. Look, I haven't heard Jacques or anybody talk about this, and they probably never will, but I remember hearing stories from people around the Baton Rouge area during the Nick Saban days with, like, Justin Vincent, Ali Broussard, Sharon Carey, who, had a job because they were college athletes. They had a job working for a landscaping business, making like 40, 50 grand a year. They never saw him work on a yard. If you're from New Orleans or the North Shore, you know about the Italians and the Sicilians. They call them no-show jobs. That's how they used to get away with it, or how they used to hide it. So, yeah, players have been getting paid since money was involved. Go watch the documentary on ESPN called The Pony Express. I think it's a 30 for 30. It's about the SMU team back in the 80s with Dickerson and all them guys. They said, Dickerson got a pay cut when he went to the NFL. I don't think that was probably wrong either back in the day with all that old money in the Houston area or Dallas area. So, I mean, I'm not naive to that. And I want the kids to get paid, but it just gets to a point where and it's not sustainable. It's not sustainable. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. Robbie. Yeah, he moved a wide receiver. And he was there, started running back for the game. Yeah. Now they're moving a quarterback to wide receiver. Boy. I'm sorry. I'm just so aggravated. Like, I just don't. What in your mind? Like, and I'm not trying to hate on the kids. I'm not. But I'm trying to put myself in that situation to where, like, I'm Jack Pyburn, or I'm DeQuan Wright, or whoever. And I'm in an NFL locker room, a place where you dreamed of being your whole life, and I can't wait to go back to college. Make it make sense. Make it make sense for me, please. That's all I'm asking. Phone lines are open. 225-401-3721 is the number. Call in and let me hear your take on this. If you think I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. I'm open to it. I'm all good with it, partner. I'm all good with it. Oh, boy. The fact that Ole Miss fans think we're panicking with our roster is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Panicking with our roster. No, we love our roster. Lane Kiffin's just getting every resource he needs or wants, which I'm not going to try to give Brian Kelly any slack. Brian Kelly didn't get because Brian Kelly didn't go get it. Lane Kiffin's going to get it. Jeff Landry and everybody's making sure he gets it. Oh, let me give one modicum of an attaboy to somebody that I'm very, very critical of. Matt Moscona, the host of After Further Review and whatever other podcast he has with all the AI thumbnails, which, ladies and gentlemen, if you're in this space, can we stop with the AI thumbnails? Like, please. I know I don't do them. There's a reason why I don't do them. I think they're tacky. Can we just stop? It does not look good. I get it. The algorithm. I'm not happy with my thumbnail made tonight. I wasn't going to use the AI one. But anyways, Matt Moscona dumped on Matt Bowers today. And I don't dislike Matt Bowers. Anybody that Alvin Kamara feels comfortable living with, I like. Right? I don't like his dealerships. But I like Matt Bowers. And Matt Bowers coming out and got dumped on by Matt Moscona. Let me pull that up. I don't follow Matt Moscona, so I have to go look for it just real quick. Just a little quick. Let's see. So Matt Moscona made a post today, said, wait, Jack Pyburn can return to LSU, and he was posting this podcast for YouTube. Matt Bowers commented, this has gotten so dumb. Agreed. Kind of like a quarterback out of eligibility, fabricating a medical redshirt story and suing to gain another year of eligibility to make millions. Wild times. Yeah. For once, Matt, we agree. And I won't give you all the flowers until you say, I'm sorry to Jay Johnson for saying he was the Les Miles of college baseball. So, attaboy, Matt Moscona. Attaboy. Lead the phone lines open for another minute or so. Get your call in, 225-401-3721. I have not remembered the phone number yet. I will learn it eventually. If you haven't already, please do me a favor. Hit the like button on the stream. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't. If you can, go over to X. If you're watching on X, please repost the stream and follow the page. Pick to Click is probably going to start coming out on Wednesdays of game week, which is basically every week until the end of football season now. On Wednesdays. So you'll have a good 3.5 days to get your pick in for Pick to Click for that Saturday's football game. We have a lot of great prizes. Jared, you're talking about Trey Green and Weeks jerseys. We have a Trey Green jersey for Pick to Click this year. Now, I know he's probably going to be wearing 7 and the jersey's number 14. I get it. But it's signed by Trey Diz. So if you don't want number 14, you rather get 7, go buy it. They don't have them yet because he's not signing number 7 jerseys yet because he's not number 7 yet. But we have a signed number 14 Trey Green jersey in the works for Pick to Click this upcoming season. The Ole Miss fans happy they got Judd and Will back too. Yeah, Judd Udemark and Will Furness are back on the baseball team. Congratulations to them. I'm never going to hate on Will Furness because of Eddie Furness. Eddie's an awesome guy. He's a LSU legend. His number is retired in the stadium that Skip built. So I'm riding with, if Eddie had a clinic in Baton Rouge, I'd go to Eddie's clinic for my medical stuff. And you know, what would be. That's how I look at it. Anybody who's that legendary deserves to have Malcolm respect. All right. Before we get out of here, like we always do, we're going to talk about Christ a little bit. Remember, Christ is King. We're going to go over a Bible verse real quick. Romans chapter 1, verse 18. For the wrath of God is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men who suppress the truth in unrighteousness. Read that again. For the wrath of God is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men who suppress the truth in unrighteousness. Man, I'll tell you this, the wrath of God is something. The wrath of God is something. It's funny. I see God work in many ways, good and you know, God doesn't really do bad things. He will. I mean, he's not going to punish you. He's going to allow you to punish yourself. I think people get that wrong when they look at situations. They go, "Why would a God let this happen?" No, God's not letting that happen. You're making it happen. And when you live a unrighteous and untruthful life, you're going to pay the consequences of those actions. God suffers children of fools. Just because you act like a fool doesn't mean you are a fool. He's going to let you have that wrath. He's going to let you live the life. I've talked about this, I think, 5 or 6 times on the show. You got to turn yourself to God and allow him to take control, for him to take control, for him to do any good in your life. So when you're fighting against him and you're just kind of living a foolish, unrighteous, untruthful life, yeah, you can say it's coming from God, but it's not. He's going to let you bear the fruit that you're growing. If you're not bearing fruit, well, it's probably because you're not doing the right things. And the wrath of God is simply the allowance of you to be a fool. Simply the right for you to be a fool. Now, knowing, the Old Testament, there's a lot more wrath. Like, look at the, the covenant between man and God with the rainbow, that he'll never flood the earth as a punishment on humans. It's a situation where God is loving. God is nothing but goodness and loving. And people may think different of me. They may think, I'm, whatever. I don't care. But the moment I turned my life back over to Christ, my life got so much better. Do I still make mistakes? Yeah, and I still get punished for those mistakes. I promise you, I am the furthest thing from a perfect person. I'm not even a good person. I try to be. I make dumb decisions all the time, but they get less and less every day because I recognize the things I do and I go, hey, God, take that from me. Take that from me. And it helps. If you can get anything out of this podcast, just know this. I can't stand this transfer stuff from the NFL to college, and God loves you. And all he wants you to do is love him back. I hope y'all have a great weekend. Remember, do me a favor, go check out the Jacques Doucet episode from Tuesday. I need some more views on that. It's such a good interview. I think I'm gonna clip that up tomorrow and post that as a separate video for everybody, just to have that one episode, one segment from Jacques and take the little dead space out. But go check that out. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, hit the follow button, hit the like button. It helps me out a great, great amount. And get ready for Pick to Click, because we are 16 days? 16 days from football season. I believe the number's right. I think 16 days. Getting closer. Can smell it. Can taste it. One more. We all make mistakes and sin daily, but that's the flesh of man, not God. Exactly. 100%. I couldn't agree with you more. Cannot agree with you more. 100%. 100%. Yeah. Let me sign off on this real quick. I think it's a great way to kind of talk, because living in God's means and living in God's ways, I think it's a great way to finish this up. And I was listening to the interview with Jacques Doucet and Doug Thompson today, and Doug brought up a really good point about Skip Burtman. We all have bad days. We all have, I'll come on here and y'all can see me. If I had a bad day or not. And he was saying whenever you saw Skip Burtman, you never saw him have a bad day. Anytime, and Skip had bad days, like anybody, but you never would have known, because Skip treated every moment with everybody he ever met as a blessing. He treated it as he's excited to see you. And Doug said something pretty profound. If everyone on earth lived life like that, simply, when someone comes and talks to you, or you see a friend, or you see somebody you don't like, or see, just a random stranger, and they say something to you, treat it as if that moment is there for a reason. You're excited for that moment. Treat people with the respect you'd want to be treated, like Skip did. And man, that was so profound to me, because, I'll be honest, my wife calls me Petty Paul. That tells you anything. My wife calls me Petty Paul. I can be petty with the best of them. And if I don't like you, I don't like you. So I know that's something I need to work on in my life. But if I just took that moment and I was a little bit kinder to everybody, and just, it's probably payback tenfold. So that's something I'm going to do, especially to remember Skip. But like I always tell y'all, God loves you. All he wants you to do is love him back. And I cannot wait to talk to y'all. May talk to y'all this weekend. May wait till Tuesday. Don't know yet. Working on getting a guest for next week. Possibly look at fall camp again. But yeah, hopefully it's a quiet weekend around Baton Rouge. I have a feeling it's not going to be. Hope you have a great weekend. God bless. God loves you. I love you. Peace.